All right. Was good. Was goody. 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 I'm just getting a few things set up. I've been testing and trying to fix a lot of the issues that I've kind of been noticing and seeing the last couple of streams. So I'm trying to get all that. Still in the process. I'm learning. At the end of the day, I'm learning. I'm learning something new. And it's just like anything, we're learning something new. You got to get used to things going wrong, things looking like they're going right when they're really going wrong, not realizing that things are just, doing what they do. But it's cool because I'm not going to lie, I've been enjoying this whole process. It hasn't been like a negative process. So the I feel like everything that I've been doing has kind of just been kind of helping me to want to improve things. So that's where we're at right now. Um, Going off that, since I noticed there were some issues with the stream last night, what I want to do is I worked on two beats last night. So I know I want to go through and kind of deconstruct what I did, getting those ideas started. So I know I want to go through those two, and then I know I want to try and make something. So we'll see how that works out. Um, see what's going on over here. It's good chat. What's good? What's good? What's good? Uh, that message out. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's really it, honestly. I just want to go through these song ideas. I want to go through, see if I can make anything new. And I also want to watch another Harry Potter movie. I'm not gonna lie. Last night was, what was it? Half Blood Prince. So today, definitely want to go through either Goblet of Fire or Prisoner of Azkaban. Those are the two that I'm kind of thinking about right now. Goblet of Fire or Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm leaning towards Prisoner of Azkaban for the watch along. But Goblet of Fire also kind of works. I think I forgot. I think when I had the conversation about my favorite Harry Potter movies, the other night, I left out Goblet of Fire. But since I'm looking at them right now, I can confirm Sorcerer's Stone, I fuck with that one. Prisoner of Azkaban, I fuck with that one. Goblet of Fire, fuck with that one. Chamber of Secrets, fuck with that one. Order of the Phoenix is the first one that I'm like, I don't really mess with that one, right? Half Blood Prince, I mess with that one. I like Half Blood Prince. Deathly Hallows Part 1, not a fan. Deathly Hallows Part 2, slightly better than Part 1. But those two, I'm really good. I'm really good without those two. Not gonna lie. But the majority of the series, not gonna lie, they do schmack. So I can't be too upset. If anybody has any suggestions between Azkaban or Goblet of Fire, go ahead and throw it in the chat. Otherwise, I'm leaning towards Prisoner of Azkaban. I will say that. Next up on the docket, not gonna lie, I just finished eating. Um, I got food from Hungry as fuck in Atlanta. I got the chicken Alfredo, chicken Alfredo with spinach, and that shit was gas. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That shit was gas. Filled me up. I'm feeling good. I got some candy. I got something to drink over here. Got some juice, all that good stuff. Well, got a beatbox, but we're solid. I have my headphones over here. Like I said, I think I'm trying to tighten up and really make sure that everything is working the way that it should as far as audio goes. I think that's been the biggest issue that I've been noticing. So hopefully everything sounds a lot better today, and then you guys are able to hear it the way that I'm hearing it. So, like I said, first order of business is jumping into these two tracks. So I'm going to go ahead and I can't remember which one sounds like what, to be honest. I was just doing the writing process. I haven't gone through and really EQ'd anything for real. It was mainly just trying to make sure I got the ideas written so that way I can go back through this weekend to clean everything up and start figuring out packs that I want to send out, artists that I need to send stuff to, who's waiting on stuff from me, anybody that I can send anything out to, anybody that I want someone to listen to, all that good stuff. So I want to figure all that out this weekend. So there's that. I know I hit up some of my homies to see if they wanted to pull up. Wasn't able to make that happen today. But I did find out that everyone's still working, which is the biggest plus. So all the homies are still working. Everybody's still in their bags. That's all that matters. Like I said yesterday, this week has been interesting. This week has been a lot, and I'm just been excited to just kind of sit down and make something. I like working. I like making stuff. I like working on making stuff. I always tell my friends that if I'm not tired, something has gone horribly wrong. Because when I'm tired, it means I've been working, and everybody around me knows that I like to work. I like what I do. I like making stuff. I love working on music. I love the whole process. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm feeling good. Hopefully y'all feeling good too. And we can figure some stuff out tonight. So let's go ahead and hop into this first Ableton project. Actually, funny story. This project, I called it Big Bentley Truck. And the reason I called it Big Bentley Truck is because I've been seeing a bunch of Bentley trucks, and now I'm hearing myself again. I don't know what I'm hearing. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can figure out what it is that I'm. Okay, hopefully you guys could hear that. That was weird. I don't know what I was hearing, but it sounded like I was hearing like because I am hearing me. That was weird. Okay, I had something else just randomly started playing on my computer. So another video that I watched. I was it's technology. Yeah, actually, it never seems like you can win, but it's all good because we're still here. Nothing broke yet. So what I was saying, this idea called Big Bentley Truck because I've been seeing a bunch of Bentley trucks recently. The Bentley Truck is one of the cars that is on my list to get. Because I like cars and I like driving, and I figured why not? I kind of got an idea of how I want to, what other cars I want to get, but that one is on the list. Even if I don't keep it, like my dad likes to keep cars until like they have to be replaced, and I'm just like, yeah, probably a good idea, but like I kind of want to be able to just kind of like get into something, have it for a couple of years, and then swap it out. I was talking to some guys from Daily Driven Exotics, and that was some of the advice that they gave me was to pretty much just like get what you want, drive it, and then take that equity and put it into the next car, so that way you could keep driving cool cars. And I rock with that idea. Um, and the general vibe of this track made me feel like I was riding a big Bentley truck. I don't know why. I just liked it. A lot of times I just write the names of songs based off of what I'm watching, or just like different words or different combination of phrases that come into my head. And this one just happened to be Big Bentley Truck. So let's go ahead. I want to do a breakdown on this one and whatever the next one is called, because I can't think of it right now. But Big Bentley Truck, let's go ahead and play this first, get an idea what it sounds like, and then we can walk through kind of what got missed in the other days production show. Like, come on, like, tell me it doesn't sound like you're just like vibing at like something crazy. All right. So first thing I want to touch on, which is how I worked, is I like starting with my bass sounds. And it took me the second to kind of figure out what we're going to do. We ended up with this guy right here because I like the bass. I need to figure out what that underlying rhythm is going to be. And we're also going to go with Prisoner of Azkaban. That's the vibes for the night. So once we have this running, I can add this piano into it. Which really helps figure out like, okay, so there's some more movement. Cool. And then we start adding the drums. And ironically, what I started with, or what I just kind of figure out as I start piecing stuff together, is we'll go with like whatever the percussion is doing. Just so you have kind of like a placeholder into something, and then you know like the snares, how that might kind of like fit into it. And then I just like the guitars, and then I know like the thing that I knew, like once I started kind of building this out, I knew like once this second piece hit, I knew I wanted to go like have some type of distortional element, which gives us like this distorted bass. Cause I knew I wanted to be like, or I should say, I shouldn't say I knew I wanted, but when I was building this out, I was debating if we're gonna kind of have like a mellow type of vibe or something more aggressive. And at first, I really was not rocking with this idea at all, honestly. But the more I kind of kept working on it, I just had to force myself to finish it. That's been something that I've been trying to really focus on, is forcing myself to finish ideas, even if I don't really like them. Because then you end up getting something that I actually really do like. Like it has like a nice little like. It's got like a nice little like like a balance to it. Like it's got like a nice little amount of movement. Without doing too much. Because you still want artists to know where they're gonna fit in on the beat, and then you start adding like too many like elements to it, or like different changes, and people start like getting like annoyed because they can't find the pocket. It's like down and dirty almost. I also want to like really focus in on these drums right quick, because I actually made them like low key by accident. Especially those these hats down here. Like that portion right here was definitely like a copy and paste accident, but it's like you hear it and you're like, oh, that's cool. Like how it has that little stutter. It's like I thought that was dope. And then this one was another copy and paste issue, but then like you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, no, like that just adds like a nice amount of movement, and it's subtle. Like I like subtlety, especially when like I'm so used to like trying to just make like straight height. It was like a nice challenge to just kind of like make something that's like, okay, no, well, how can we like make it like kind of like energetic but also like low key? It's like playing with like duality. Yeah, remember duality. Whereas like it's subtle, but it's also like high energy. It's height, but it's also not exaggerated. It's like a nice little balance of everything, which I think it's fun. And then obviously, the most important element here, that tag. Gotta have the tag in there. And you know something funny about that is I didn't even like putting my tag in like a lot of my beats. My brother forced me to put my tag in there because I wanted my beats, like I wanted you to know that I made a beat from the way that it sounded. I didn't want to have to add a tag. And my brother was like, no, you need to put your tag back in because it sounds fine. And then I played the tag for some of the artists and they were like, no, you gotta put that tag in there because it actually does like really like help take the beat to like that. Now I guess it just helps and like a lot of different aspects, especially when you have an artist that you're locked in with and that you trust tell you, add the tag, go ahead and put that tag in there. Like I'm not even gonna lie, I was actually like paranoid, right? So it was funny, I was paranoid. So like I went up and I asked Dre, I was like, yo, look, would you want me to put the tag in when you're done recording? And he's like, nah, put the tag in when the beat's finished, like print it with the tag, and I'll just I can place myself around wherever the tag comes in at. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm definitely gonna be throwing that tag in all these beats now. Or like, I'll do like the tag. Like sometimes what I be doing sometimes, honestly, is I'll be taking like this little piece of this tag, the little giggle section, and like right here, I might throw it so like, just to add like a transitionary element, like an easy transitionary element to just kind of work off of. So that's Big Bentley Truck. So that was fun to work on. And then Milk and Cookies. All right, cool. So loading up this next idea that I worked on. I called it Milk and Cookies. Partially, I know it because I ate a cookie. I didn't have any milk though. Oh, like I definitely did have the because I remember because I was having a conversation about crumble cookie versus insomnia cookie and how I just got on the cookie, like the whole like crumble cookie wave, or I'm not even like on it. I just like started like understanding it or whatever, or like trying them or whatever. So it's like, okay, I kind of I get it, but I don't get it at the same time, if that makes sense. So here we go. Let's jump into Milk and Cookies. See what this guy is talking about. Okay, so like this is definitely the more chill, or I shouldn't even say more chill. Like they're both like pretty chill in their own right. All right, let's go in and same. I wrote this the same way. Start with the bass line. I always start with this with the low end, and then build off the top of that. But what I like doing is once I can figure out, like, okay, here's the main elements, more or less kind of structured out. Like you have like a little break section here, you have a little chain, like a section here. I mean, you can do a section here, right? And then you have something else changes over here, right? And then you have like whatever else goes on to your outro over here. But I like being able to structure out different elements. It's like, all right, cool. We know we got everything structured. I have an idea of where I can build the rest of it off of without it becoming overproduced or overwhelming. Like I don't want to run that risk of starting to do too much. So going over here, and then I tried to keep the drums like mad simple because I want the artist to be the focal point above anything else. If the artist needs to be the focal point, the production behind it is really just like there to boost the artist. And like I said, everything I'm doing here is just so that I can get my ideas written down, because the last thing I want to do is try to get stuck trying to make everything sound pretty or try to add all types of, it's like, no, just what is the bare that I need so that I can put the idea down, come back to it, clean it up, add any of the little like extra pieces, but like the bulk of the actual beat and structure that I know, like if something were to happen and an artist just pull up like right now and be like, hey, I need you to play, like give me some beats. And it's like, all right, cool, fine, here, take this. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, this will go. And it's like, all right, cool. Then I can go in and update it, do what I need to do to it later, right? And then I can hand it off to the artist again and just replace the beat that they used in their, let's say, Pro Tools recording or whatever. And it's not like something radically different. It might just be elements that could just like be used to enhance. And in totality, it still sounds pretty good. Like in my opinion, it still sounds It just sounds like yeah, no, it makes sense. Like this is it's like vibey. So this is Milk and Cookies. The first track was Big Bentley Truck. Now the challenge for today is gonna figure out what we're gonna end up doing today. Cause I like I said, I don't know what I want to do, but at the same time, I don't know what I want to do, but I didn't know what I wanted to do last night either. And then we ended up making 2 ideas. So let's figure out what we're going to do today. And also, save your work. Just go ahead, even if you didn't do anything crazy. Save just in case. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm currently going through that right now, where I'm gonna have to go through and rebuild, redo, edit, all that good stuff, and not entirely looking forward to it. So I'm really not happy. So, all right. Let's see what we can come up with today. So do you want to be at 130? Are we feeling 130-ish? Are we feeling 130-ish? Are we feeling this? Or do we want to jump right into arcade and see what? You know what? What's funny? I've never used the genres in arcade. Let's see. So pop and what instruments? What are some pop instruments? Huh. All right. I'm not upset with this. Ooh, okay. Now I do want to do something. So if I say 145, if he's at E, let's do. Ooh, what if I do do. All right, yeah, that's it. That one. Whoa. And then maybe like a chord down here, so it's like. And then maybe like. Come on. All right, cool. Like that, so I can do. see that. And then maybe like a 150. So I'm not gonna lie, chords are not my strong suit. So give me a second here. Ooh. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Tell me that's not it. Tell me that's not it. So I can have something here. I want to make something. I like that. It sounds different. Alright, now let's see about adding just straight up the E, right? See that? Yeah, it is great. That, yeah, that's all. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this or not, but it fits. I can always like a make it fit. Well, make it sound. We can make it way more aggro, so let's make it. Let's do that, and this. Also, we'll turn this down just a touch, and then we're right. Oh, no, yeah, I like all that. Let's add this in here. See what's on there. My one's out almost blown out. And remember, in your effects chain, order matters. I'm just trying to figure out if I can get the idea out. Cause I like everything about this so far. You know, be kind of full. Pretty fun. There he is. I think I'm gonna be happy. Yeah, that could be kind of. What if I just. Maybe running thunder. But I kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked how OD it was when it was an octave up. So I might have to do something with that, but that just. And then I'm gonna just take this whole section here on top of it. Come on now. That's lit. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that don't sound kind of high. Oh, come on. Let's go to work. Not there. That's cool. This is how I make straight height. On the how I make straight, which is straight cast. Hey, remember, sound selection as your friend, it's gonna make everything so much better. Like I like that kick because it's different. Like you just hear how like the different sounds add so much energy to the, like you got something simple playing where you got so much energy, just like it makes you want to keep working, but it also like adds that energy to it. Whoa, hold up. I wanted that. Minor. All right. So like, I'm gonna call this out right quick. I'm gonna call this up right quick. This little tip, right? Little fun fact. Oh, go ahead. Little fun fact. I wanna throw out right quick, right? When you think about your drums, right, or like think about instruments in general, right? Sometimes I like because especially like with the music that I try to produce or like the context that I try to make my music with. Um, I try to think of them in terms of like making like I feel like I make like a lot of rock inspired stuff, for like a better words. A lot of hype, a lot of distortion, pulling from like a lot of different aspects from that genre, right? And a lot of what I do. So I like it is a cool base to pull from. One thing to keep in mind in terms of like stereo separation or just like where stuff sits in tracks is like when you imagine a drum kit, right? If you played drums before, if you've never played drums before, right? Your drums, in terms of like miking and everything, they're not all centered, right? So like your snare would be over here, and your hi-hat would also be like in this range. Your crashes would be like above, right? Maybe to the left, to the right. And the rest of your toms are all positioned right from left to right. A guitar player might be over here, right? So that's what, right of the stage or left of stage, and your bass player might be right of stage. Your singers are in the center, right? We're talking about like just like mixing at this point. So it doesn't hurt to implement those types of ideas in your mixes. So like one thing that I like to do is I'll take my hats and I'll just kind of nudge them a little to the left, right? Because I know if it was like a real drum kit, they'd be a little to the left. They wouldn't be straight center, right? Kicks, that's dead center, that's mono, right? And we want that in the, your bass, dead center, you want that straight through mono. But like the rest of the instruments can be to a little bit to the left. I'm not saying you push them way to the left or way to the right, but like just those little subtleties will, one, just help you free up some space in your overall mix when it comes to when you start trying to like figure out where the rest of the placement of like the rest of your sonic frequencies would go. But it's also those little nuanced pieces that nobody else really is going to notice for real, but it will just help you take your sounds to the next level. Sometimes it's not about volume. A lot of times it is about volume. But the next piece that I like to think about right next to volume, right below volume, is where are things sitting, left or right? You know, take that into consideration when you're building, when you're building your tracks, because that'll just ultimately help you with your stereo separation. Just little things to think about. So for me, I move my hats a little to the left. I move my snares a little to the left. And I kind of just move everything with that frame of mind. So just a little something to think about. You know, do with the information what you will. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, now I gotta figure out what we're gonna do next. We got some of the elements here, right? We gotta structure it out, and also we can't forget the most important piece right here. Play the tag. So what I'm thinking we do. I remember I did something and I gave my headphones, and he was like, "Yo, how do your ears are blown out with all that distortion?" And it's like, yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice. I wonder if we can't. Let me see what it sounds like. Let me see. Let me see if we can. Let me see if we can't like. Or cut this out so it's like. Let me see if we can adjust this, and then we'll do. Yeah, I think that'll be. I mean, look, we're in the building stage, but I think that kind of, before we get into the rest of the, I think this is the section we're gonna want to kind of keep running a little bit. Yep, keep that running like that. So it's. Structure it out a little bit and like let it hit. Big Tonka. Alright, and then we want to keep it like moving, right? So we gotta add some new elements to it. Or change up the drums. So I guess, let me see if we can go to one of my favorite little. I wonder what it would be like too if I take. Let's do arcade. Love arcade. Shout out arcade. And let's add. Let's add. All right, cool. Play this right. Add a little bit of that. Add a little bit of that juice to it. You know what I mean? Oh, not yet, not yet. Not yet, not yet, not yet. We're not done, we're not done, we're not done. Don't do it yet. I'm trying to see what this sound like for you. I like the way that sounds. This is how I build up my leads. This is how I build up straight leads. What I like to do to it. Again, order matters. So we gotta give it that rock star juice, and we're gonna fucking blow it out of proportion. Can I go up higher? Will it let me? Ooh, it will. Alright. Oh, this is gonna be gas. Not when you put it together. Alright, cool, so alright, just gonna, and those drones aren't even done yet, but that's got movement. That's got serious and then what we're gonna do is duplicate it, and then now we can make these wider because I want, again, that separation. And then we're gonna also, ooh, I love those feedbacks. Solid, 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 solid. Put it back from the top, put it back from the top. That's not the top. And then you know what I think I'm gonna also do is take a little bit of this. So I want to come back in. I want to be want to come in I wanted to come in almost boom, 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 boom. Yeah. What key is that? But also, I did have it cranked up an octave higher, so I might actually use that too. Nah, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Do I like that? Do I like that? I kind of like it, kind of don't at the same time. It's kind of weird. But like, I want some type of. I want some type of like. I kind of. We'll see if we keep that. We'll see if we keep that. That makes the final edit. Yep, and then I'm going to take this section here again. So now I'm going to write something between there. Because at this point, again, like, honestly, we're just starting to structure it out or figure out what the rest of the structure would be like. So that can go there. And then have something in the middle here. And then probably go back to this section over here. So I can have this over here. And then grab this again. And then grab, yep, all this, copy, and put it over here at 73. Yep, all goody. Boom. And that's true there. Grab you and call it a day as far as the rest of the structure goes, but I know that like just have to do that there, 230, and then do one more those. Cool. So that gives us the basic structure. This is pure hype. And no, I'm gonna probably add. Oh, it's already there. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
That's true.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, come back in, yeah, I like that. Alright, let's add some proper instruments and whatnot to this, and yeah, let's add some proper. Oops, come on. Yeah, there we go, pretty much. And some proper shits in here. Or could do something like, oh, not super blown out. That'd be cool too. Let's say not super blown out. Better. Don't need that up all the way because that's annoying. Don't need that up. That's better. Yeah, it's also. And then we'll do bring it down. There we go. Cool. And then bring that back up again. Cool. And these probably gonna come down again too. Or probably right, I end up right there. Solid. Okay, so you see here, what I'm gonna do is probably replace that with what I was gonna do originally. Well, let me not say that. Actually, yes, let me say that. What was the original? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, that's one of like the major downsides of trying to copy something inside of Ableton doing duplications. So has a minus on sometimes. Yeah, that'll work. From the top. So. Yeah, that'll work. I'm just debating. All right, cool. So the only thing I'm debating now are the drums. If I want to update these at all. I kind of like how like minimalistic they are. There's like, look, go. From the bay for one bite. You know I love it. You know I love when I get to throw that little three count kick in the. Alright, so I'm gonna put another one here, and that'll take care of the drum that kicks in this section here. Boom. So now I get that. My kicking needed too. That's what honestly, because that's honestly what I think I'm starting to miss a little bit. Is that little bit of like, because you already had the excitement of wanting to like. And then I need to like bring this up some more. Honestly, just be like. Yeah, that's gonna cook it. That's gonna.
So true.
Okay, see, because here's the deal. I want the screech. I need this. I need this screech to kind of like keep going. So I need that to. That's the thing. Like I need the screech to like kind of keep its momentum. Like that's part of how you know I made it. Oh, that sounds fine. He's got a good movement. Like, I guess. I guess got a good movement and everything. Like, that sounds. Alright. One more time.
So true.
And no, just for shits and giggles, literally giggles. Or should it be right there? That's just so high. Oh, that's so fine. There, so we have the. Solid. All right. What are we gonna call this? What are we gonna call this? See, this is the hard part. Well, I can tell you this much is definitely going in the aggro folder of my computer, but it's just a matter of like we're gonna save it as I'm gonna name it a cool name. Hmm. I already called a beat in my computer Harry Potter. I can't give it twice. But I can't call it Azkaban. There we go. Let's see here. Let's go back to beats. Let's do aggro. Let's do